Hey everybody, so today we are going to be talking about the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. The 3 Plus is just another step up from the GoPro Hero 3. Everything on the 3 Plus is compatible with the 3, and then all of the accessories from 1 all the way up until today actually works. I was using this one. Just on this you can set it down and record yourself, or you can set it down if you're going to be doing some multiple camera angle type stuff. And say you have, like I personally have 10 GoPros, and if I'm doing some kind of action sequence, I will set them up in different places and hit record on the ones that don't have the Wi-Fi capability and let them loop it. And one of the things with the GoPro Hero 3 is that it does have Wi-Fi, and you are able to control it from your phone via the GoPro app. It works just like all of the other GoPros as far as you turn it on right here, and you flip through all of your different settings, whether it's going to be camera, whether it's going to be video, maintenance, whatever, and then you start it right here up on top. The GoPro Hero 3 is 15% smaller than the Hero 3. However, it looks exactly the same to me. I mean, you can't really tell at all whatsoever. I don't know if that was an upgrade that needed to be made, but hey, they did it, and it is what it is. One of the things that I do like about it is that the battery lasts 30% longer than the Hero 3. And so sometimes when you're out there, especially if you're out there in the cold drains your battery, and you just need that extra little bit of push sometimes. It does use the micro SD versus the normal full-size SD, but if you have the adapter with the micro SD, which it should come with, then you can actually stick it into one of your older GoPros and you are ready to rock and roll. It does shoot in full 1080. Now, one of the biggest improvements is that this actually shoots at 1080 in 60 frames per second and 720 at 120 frames per second. So if you are going to be doing some kind of slow-mo stuff, this is the one that I go to for like the master shot, because I can still shoot in 1080 at 60 frames, 720p at 120 frames per second. It does shoot at 10 megapixels, your photos, the 10 round burst. It's got the ultra wide angle lens. It's not as fisheye looking as the older GoPros, but you can literally put on one of the screen flatteners, and if you look, it actually, if you look right there, it's actually flattened out and square anyway. So it takes some of that fisheye out, or you can get something aftermarket and then you're able to take it completely out. So that's one of the things that I like about GoPro Hero 3 Plus. You know, my main pieces are that it does shoot in 1080 at 60 frames and 720 at 120 frames. It does do that, and it does have a remote and that GoPro app that's ready to go, and you can control it from afar so that you don't have to have it on the entire time, just recording and wasting all of that footage. With the older ones, that's what you do. You just hit record, let it go, and you have like 10-15 minutes of footage that nothing is happening, and then you are good to go. To charge it, it's just the same cords that you use with the other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I love that they didn't change any of that stuff. It goes with your helmet. It goes with, well, that's the helmet right there too. It goes with the chest rigs. All of the stuff that you had before is actually going to work if you want to put it on a suction cup and then use it on your car. If you're doing like one of those types of shots, you don't want to lose it. You can put your little floaties on there. This floaty actually attaches to the back of your case so that you don't lose it. So if you do drop it while you're diving or surfing or paddleboarding or whatever, it's just going to float right up to the top, or even kayaking for that matter. What I like to do is I like to add 550 cord to everything, and then that way I'm making sure that I don't lose it. Yeah, that 15% smaller and lighter, really can't tell the difference. Like I said, the biggest difference is the 1080 to 60 frames per second and 720 at 120 frames per second, and that 30% longer battery life. For you people across the pond, it does shoot in NTSC as well as PAL. The other thing that they did was that the case for the 3 Plus, they took some of the depth away. I mean, you can only go down to 131 feet instead of 196 feet. But advanced diving, you're only looking at 100 feet as it is, so that's not that big of a deal. You can plug in an external mic. Yeah, you can. You can plug in an external mic if you need to, but when you're using these GoPros, that's something that you don't ever do. It's just too bulky for that, and it takes away from it being a camera of ease. It's got advanced capture setting. It has looping video. It's got continuous photo and white balance before you just took the picture how it was. So this does do some correcting for you. The pictures on these are pretty good. I've used them. You get that fisheye look, which adds to it. The new cases, it's not that much of an issue. But yeah, they really did something with this GoPro Hero 3 Plus, all the way up to, I say, the 1 to the 7. As long as you're shooting in 1080, you're not going to notice a big difference as far as your picture is going to look video wise. It's not until you get into that 4K and 2.5K. So there you go, GoPro Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition. Go out and grab one. You guys have a nice day.